Hi everyone, Burly and Gaming here with.
SadBoyGee.
We're here to talk to you about Split Fiction. I know it's getting erased in the green screen here, but we're gonna do some spoilers. They're just gonna happen. I'm just gonna put that out there now. Just it's hard to talk about the game without spoiling something.
Yeah, with it being like a pretty story heavy game, I feel like it's pretty difficult to avoid. We obviously wouldn't spoil
Hmm.
the ending, but to get the general
No,
concept of what the game's even about, if people are looking for a review, you're gonna get spoiled on a few things for sure.
no, yeah. So we got it's back from Haze Light is back from they were Game of the Year winners with 2021's It Takes Two. They're back this year with 2025 Split Fiction. How'd you feel about this game? What'd you think?
I really liked it. I think if anybody that hasn't played it, if they played It Takes Two, I think they would really enjoy this game. It feels a lot like It Takes Two, but maybe um, even though I think I kind of like the story and concept a tad more in It
Mm-hmm.
Takes Two, I think the gameplay feels more fluent in this. Like it feels more crisp. It's not as like floaty. The platforming doesn't feel
Oh
as
yeah.
like there's not as many moments where it's like I feel like I should have landed that, but I didn't
Mm-hmm.
because the game just felt like I didn't. It's more everything is very crisp and pretty on point to what you're doing. A lot of times, if you fail, you know it's like it's
It's
because
on you.
yeah, you didn't like it wasn't just because it felt weird or anything like that. Most of the like mechanics in game, I feel like even some of the weirder parts where it's kind of crazy, like there's certain sections where you're maybe attached like that scene right there, you're
Mm-hmm.
attached to each other or certain things like that. All of it seems pretty fluent. So even in sections like that, it still feels very crisp and easy to understand for the most part.
Oh yeah. The controls like they're so much more tighter. The times when when we were streaming and playing this game, we would admit, "Oh, my bad. I jumped into the hole. I thought I was gonna thought I could make it. Nope. It was me on the bad jumping timing." Like it takes two. I love the game. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, some of the jumping on it was way too tight, and you felt like, okay, I should have made that. I don't have the problems here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of cool stuff with this game too. Like I like It Takes Two. Like I said, I maybe like it just a tad more, but I'm a little bit of
Hmm.
a hopeless romantic, so I kind of like the story for It Takes Two just for that aspect. But the story for this one being, can I say like general concept of what it basically
Yeah.
is?
Yeah.
So like the story of this one being you're kind of like your writers, you're working on a game or something, right? Like they're kind of
You're
getting your concepts that you've come up with in this virtual world type thing. And you basically you end up in these little bubble things at this company. It's supposed to help you like live through your ideas. We accidentally end up in the same one, and hence why like we bounce back and forth from futuristic sci-fi stuff to more medieval fantasy stuff. And there's a few things in between. I
yeah.
might have messed up some of that a little bit, but I'm trying not to give away like too many details. Like I want people to
No.
still be able to experience it themselves, but that's generally what kind of goes down. That's kind of what the thing is about. Still a cool concept overall. I think it's a really neat concept actually. There's not
Mm.
really a lot of stories that I can really the story to this, I feel like I can compare it to certain things, but not really so much with games. I feel like I can compare it more to maybe some shows that I've seen,
Mm.
but game-wise, this is very, like, unique and kinda in its own lane, I'd say, as far as storytelling and concept, as far as general direction, where things are going, that kinda thing.
Yeah. No. It is very unique, especially game wise. And again, it's this game does I think use its runtime very well. I think it took us about 12 hours, give or take, to finish it, and that's with us doing some of the side stuff. We missed some side stuff, but like
Yeah,
they use the runtime very well. I didn't feel overall throughout the game that, okay, this section dragged or went a
hmm,
little long. I think it was pretty much for the most part pretty paced well, and you're going between such different environments. And then if you're doing the sub little missions, because in this time they don't have really the mini games, you'll have these little orbs you'll go into, and there'll be different versions of the level you're kind of in, or changing aspects quite uh, differently. Whereas you could be in like a little forest, and then you're in a thing where you're magical pigs flying around, and
that's my favorite part.
oh, that was awesome. So you get such a unique perspective of going through
Yeah.
it.
They utilize that too in saying that like I forget what they're actually called, but like this section right here,
Mhm.
um, they're basically just like other concepts that the characters have had at one point. That's not their main project, but it's like
Mm.
other ideas because I want to say the machine that they kind of go into, it kind of taps into their mind, I want to believe, or
Their
it
mind
gets
and
some type.
memories. It takes some of their
Yeah,
memories, because like one of the things, it's a drawn experience, and when you finish it, they talk the two protagonists talk, and it was like, oh yeah, these were some ideas I had from when I was like 15 or 16. I can't remember the exact age, and they
yeah.
and they have dialogue with that.
I will say, like, in terms of creativity, I felt like this game had a lot of really creative levels tied to it too. Like, their previous games, I also feel are very creative. They've been really good about coming up with ideas and different levels. Like, the whole game feels fresh from like start to
Oh,
finish. Like, you never really get stuck in a feeling of like, I just want this to end because it's just constantly changing too. Like you get a good couple hours here and there in one section where you're maybe playing, maybe
mm,
you're like maybe doing more parkour, and then the next section you're like using like balls, so you're like rolling around type mechanics and
mm,
trying to figure out that kind of stuff. Both get your own unique abilities as well, just like how It Takes Two did it. I feel like It Takes Two did it really well, and I feel like they carried that over really well in this game.
oh,
They definitely utilize teamwork again, which is great because that makes it all the more fun. I feel like you get more laughs that way. But
oh,
I love there's one section in particular that I really, really enjoyed where we were attached to each other, basically. That was a
oh,
lot of fun. That I thought was great.
oh yeah. There were some hilarious moments when we were in that section. I remember playing that, doing
It
that
was one of
live.
the challenging ones, more challenging areas, but it was a really good time overall. And it's like the game constantly changes up too. Like I guess I already said, but like
Hmm.
even in the fantasy worlds, like right here, you've got the dragons, but that's like not the only thing that you get. That's just like one section of many sections where you're going through the medieval fantasy. You have the dragon bit, of course, but
Hmm.
then there's other bits where you have different abilities. So it's not just the same thing. It'll give you something and it really teaches you well on how to use it. And then it's just a matter of figuring out, okay, how do I use this new thing that I got to get to the end of this level?
Yeah, and the nice thing is I think they do the difficulty in this game perfectly balanced,
Hmm.
where you're gonna fail from time to time, but you're not getting overly frustrated. You're not going, "Oh, I gotta break controller if I die
Yeah.
one more time," or "Hey, if you get us killed one more freaking time, I swear to." Like it's none of that. It's crap, my fault, my bad, man. And it's just okay. This is what we got to do. You sit there and you're figuring it out and you're working together,
Yeah.
and it's just like it shows, what, good cooperation. And I love that this keeps up with the friend pass. So I only had to have the game. G was able to download the friend pass and just join in and play, which is so nice. And it's still funny because this is an EA game.
Yeah.
If EA, I think, had their full way, they'd be like, "No, you both have to buy a copy. We need
That's
that
what I
money."
was gonna say. I'm hoping that they're able to keep doing it this way.
Mhm.
But with EA being EA, I also wouldn't be surprised if they ever changed it. Don't want them to change it, but I wouldn't be surprised either. I wouldn't put it past them necessarily. So this would be a
Good.
good opportunity to, if you have a friend that you want to play it with, if one of you is
Mhm.
able to buy the game, this is a really good one to play.
Mhm.
And it's not very long either. Like you said, we beat it in like 12 hours or so.
Yeah, and that's with
Uh,
doing side. If you want to just like go story, you could probably do this in about 7 to 8 hours. But I
yeah.
really would not recommend that. I would recommend as many of the world extra worlds that you can do and find. Do
Mhm.
them because you get some good not only good fun gameplay elements, you got good dialogue between the two characters, and you see how their relationship starts out. They're begrudgingly both teaming up on this, and like, oh, we have to be stuck together. This is your thing. You're into sci-fi. I'm into fantasy. And
Yeah.
you see that division, but as they're going along, working together and caring for each other, and with where it goes at the ending of the game, I love it. And you know what? I must say, it was nice to actually have a villain in these because, like, in Takes Two, you didn't really have a villain. The villain you could say is the book in a sense because at so many times they're just so close to getting their daughter, and the book's
Yeah.
like, no, 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 you have not really fixed your relationship.
Yeah. This one having a villain was pretty nice, I will say. It added a bit more, I don't know if I would say excitement, but it was a nice change of pace. Because their
Yeah,
other game, that they've done, the A Way Out, is that what yeah, A Way Out.
well,
That one, I mean, there's a villain, kinda, you're running from the law, so, I mean, that's the law's the villain. This, you actually have, like, a full-on antagonist. They don't necessarily hyper focus them until the end, I would say. I feel like it's one of those things where but, you're so kinda stuck in the world that it's not the main focus until, like, you get to a certain point of the game, and then you realize, like, "Okay, this isn't good. We gotta get out of here," and adds a nice, like, refreshing taste to it too. Like, halfway through the game, that's when you kinda start to realize, "Okay, this is bad. We gotta do something."
something. Yeah. Now, what would you rate this game out of 10?
Out of 10, I wanna say out of 10, I would probably rate it hmm, that's a really good question because 'cause I'm kinda torn. Uh, Certain elements of the story, like I said, the story was really interesting, but I felt like it wasn't my favorite story of theirs, but it was
Mhm.
really decent. But the gameplay and the creativity with all the levels made it all the much more worth it, especially the end section. Like, I don't want to give away the end area,
No.
but like, I'd say the last hour of the game for me was the most memorable.
Oh yeah.
There was just so much happening. At one point, I was kinda like, I wouldn't say bored of the game, I was still having a really good time, but I was like, "Okay, I know we're nearing the end. Let's see what they do," and then once it got to the end section of the game,
Mhm.
I was mind blown, honestly. I was like, "What is even happening right now?"
Yeah.
I was starting to trip out a bit. I was like, "Oh my god, there's too much. This game's gotta end now because there's too much. My brain can't handle everything that's
Yeah.
happening."
Oh
I
yeah.
would say just for that alone, and then all the creative ideas they had with it, I'm gonna give this game an 8. I would
Okay.
say it's an 8 because it was a great experience. It's not something that I'd probably replay a lot, maybe here or there if I had another friend that hadn't played the game yet, but, it was a great experience, and I made a lot of fun memories with you whenever we were playing it, and we got a bunch
Okay.
of content out of it, good clips and good moments.
Oh
I
yeah.
think everybody that was watching had a good time watching us play.
Oh yeah. No, people were enjoying, and there were clips. Oh, there were clips of things we said and done.
Yeah, there is quite a few.
we don't need to go into that. Um, but for me, I'm giving this a 9. I really enjoyed it. I loved It Takes Two.
Mhm.
Like where they get with this, the gameplay, it was a much tighter experience. The story, it has its not moments where it's not the greatest story, but then near the ending with what some of they do and the relationship between these two characters, I loved it. And then how what they do to wrap it up and stuff, I really enjoyed it. And it's like this, I can see why people like when it came out, it was getting 10s and 9s. I can see after putting the time into it, it's like understand why this game gets 9s and 10s. And
Yeah.
I have to agree, it's not a 10, but it is a high 9 for me. Like this, it's getting close with me and Claire Obscure in this are like neck and neck to me. It's like you could give game of the year, like if we were to do game of the year right now,
Yeah.
either one, you could tell me either one of them wins it, and I am not going to bat an eye and get mad because both are quite deserving. And like this is a smaller team, and I
Yeah.
hope they can keep just doing this. And I know because these games do sell well and get reviewed high, I'm sure EA is like, yep, no, we just got to keep them, let them do the thing, keep their creativity, keep going, just keep like, because I'm sure they've got like a dartboard and just throwing ideas and throwing darts at them. Pick the ideas, just keep that mentality,
Yeah.
keep that spirit, because guess what? It really is working, and these are some of the most creative games we have in the industry.
Yeah. I will say I haven't played a ton of new games this year, but out of the new games I have played, even though I gave
Mhm.
it an 8, I would say this is probably my game of the year. It's the most memorable because I was thinking about
Mm.
it. I don't really remember a lot of the other new games that I've played, like from this
No.
year necessarily. I haven't played Clair Obscur, so I can't say much for that. I watched you play it, but this game, I remember a lot from it. Every moment was just very refreshing.
Oh yeah. It is a very refreshing game. All the stuff we have seen. That's the thing. Like we've had a lot this year. You have a lot between your high rated games, your mid rated games. There's just so many games coming out. So I can understand you being like, I don't fully remember what I played and
Yeah.
what I get, what I give, what and stuff
It's
like that.
like I remembered some games, I had some good experiences here or there, but I feel like out of all of them, this one gave me the best experience. Every moment of this was just I was having a blast the entire time. I didn't feel burnout. It wasn't
Mhm.
too long like a lot of games are nowadays. It wasn't, like, stupidly, like, unfair, difficult, or anything. It was very balanced in a lot of ways, perfect length, I feel like, for what it's trying to do. It was just a great game overall.
Yeah, no, and that like I've said many times, I love shorter games like this where the length is so like 12 to 15 hours, whatever it takes you kind of thing in that time frame. That's a good time frame where you it's not too long, and I think they made the gameplay tight. So you're usually you're gonna get stuck at a boss fight or two or some little sections till you figure out the puzzle or to get the timing right. But it's never something so strict where you're sitting there for a half hour on one section being like, oh my god, are we gonna beat this section today? It's no. Okay, it took us a couple tries. Okay, you need to go to the left, I'll go to the right, or vice versa, and that way we can dodge and dodge all these attacks and get our attacks in. Um, yeah.
It was good for that aspect too. I like that we never really got stuck anywhere. I mean, there was one boss fight that I think we did get stuck on a little bit. It was pretty
Mm.
challenging,
Yeah.
but it was also a really fun boss fight too. Like it wasn't
Oh,
just like, oh, you just have to keep damaging it and just hope that you don't die. It was like
just keep
it had
hitting
layers.
R2. I'm just sitting here and hitting R2
Yeah.
till I get all my attack. Yeah, no.
It was
Yeah, if that boss fight, I remember what one you're talking about. Yeah, that had layers, and we had to work together. That's the thing. It's not just okay. You damage them, I'll damage them. I'll take the hits. I'll die. I'll mash triangle to revive, and rinse and repeat.
yeah. They had great boss fights in this game too. That was another thing. I felt like all the boss fights were very just like the rest of the game, very creative. They were fun boss fights. Not really like a ton of other boss fights that I've seen like from games this year.
Oh yeah. But thank you so much for doing this with me, G. Not only playing the game with me, but doing the review. I really do
Thank
appreciate
you
it.
for having me on, and thank you for letting me play.
Yeah, no problem. Glad to. Yeah, I will have links in the description to get access to G's channel, both in the description and a pinned comment. We both thank you all so much, and love to hear from you in the comment section. What do you think of the game? Have you played it? Have you not? Have you finished it? What do you think compared to the other games? Yeah, done by Hazelight. Because now I've played 2 out of the 3, and it's like, okay, I think next year we got to go for the third one, G.
Yeah, we should. That one's a fun one too.
Alrighty, let's wrap it up here. Thank you all so much. We will see y'all next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.